morning, everyone. Welcome to Talking Horses. Anthony Stabile, Andy Serling, kicking off the action here on a Thursday, an 8-race card. How are you, my friend?
I'm okay.
Okay, good to see you.
You as well.
Got the hair. It was good. You're looking
like
good.
it?
Yeah, yeah. But I still think you're getting closer to a cut. No? You're getting long. You're thinking maybe
There's
like
there's a
afro you're looking to grow out.
We have a there's a landmark for the cut. We'll cut it at a certain point.
Okay. All right. Okay. I don't have a lot to cut, but I still cut it occasionally. Anyway, back in action. Nice to be back in action.
I've cut
this
his
week.
hair.
That's right.
I have cut his hair.
That is correct. Gave me a lovely haircut. My first haircut during the pandemic. Yeah,
It was
a great moment.
We raised about $3,000 between you
Yeah,
and Tom Wall. We raised about $3,000 bucks. It was a good time.
Good deal for sure.
Yeah, we try to turn lemons into lemonade around here.
Yeah, well, we got a lot of lemons. Anyhow, you need to head to Naira Bets. If you're not a member of Naira Bets, get with it. Use the promo code MATCH200. We will match the $200 of your initial deposit. I feel like we should move on. We need a new slate. American Revolution.
I don't disagree with that.
You know, and I'm an American Revolution
I
fan.
do have something for you, by the way. We can do it after the slates. I have a little news for you.
Oh, okay. 10 times points in Dubai. Anthony, by talking about this, it's tomorrow morning.
Riveting.
Dubai. Is Switzerland running tomorrow? I thought that Ernie told me that.
Wow,
Maybe he
maybe.
ran last week or he's running tomorrow. Anyway, you can find out. 10 times points. What is the news?
Dinner and Derby's back.
Dinner and you're going to do that at
Yeah.
the Homestead?
Bringing it back at King Umberto.
King Umberto.
Wednesday, May
3rd.
third.
Right.
Yeah.
Used to do it at the Homestead. That was years ago, right?
Yeah, at Gallagher's.
Yeah,
We used to do it at
Gallagher's,
Gallagher's,
okay.
yeah. Bringing it back. We'll have more details shortly. It'll be me, Maggie, and Acacia.
All right. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And that's Friday. That's
Wednesday,
Wednesday,
May 3rd. We'll have more details, but it'll be King Umberto. And we'll have some more details for you, on sale information and everything coming up shortly.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. It's only a little over 4 months away.
Less than 4 months.
Yeah. Coming fast.
Yeah, coming fast.
All right. Today's first race is coming quickly, too. And I wanted to pick Callaloo
Yeah.
off that trip first time out. Was in a live race last time, but my man Matty, who finished second to today's flavor, who came back to win here the other day. We'll take a look at the distant second place finish. I'm not going to. This horse got bet that day, and actually, and the other thing is, I think it's fair to say he actually ran a lot better than it looks because he made a significant move after today's flavor, and he really worked hard to try to catch him. And while today's flavor ran away from, today's flavor came back and ran away from a bunch of better horses as well.
Twice.
In a couple of subsequent starts. Yeah. Even though he's probably had the racetrack in his favor, he's still a pretty good horse. And I know this horse is going to be a super, super short price, but I'm not trying to beat him.
He's supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to be.
Probably going to be 3 to 5 by
I wasn't. Me and you saw the race exactly the same. Callaloo. I thought he ran well enough last time. You know, he ran Awesome Native was going to be any kind of price in the allowance race on Saturday. And
no, the second place finisher there I think was Bruce Levine as well. That was that horse that he had off the layoff.
The long layoff.
They bet
He
in
was
his
the favorite.
debut.
Yeah.
They bet in his debut.
And he ran well too. He just ran into a buzzsaw.
Why are
that day
people
in Awesome
talking in my
Native.
ear?
I don't know.
Why
No.
is somebody talking in my ear? There isn't even another show going on.
That's
There's
true.
like a
That's true,
phantom chatting in my ear.
I thought Red DGP was a smidge interesting. Maybe he could split the exacta off of the longish layoff for Jimmy Ferraro and the McMahons. This horse ran well enough for the tag and then tried the Stallion Series race. Made a little bit of a middle move, I thought, while wide, gelding Lasix. He's coming off the long layoff, but he'll be he's the longest shot on the board on the morning line. I can't imagine that's going to be the case, but if it is,
yeah, that doesn't. Why would he be?
That would be
Why would
weird,
he be
right?
a longer price than
Than Dream Point or
well,
Trevor
Dream
Bardet.
Point will take some money, but he shouldn't. But he will. Trevor Bardet, I'm not sure why he would take money.
Yeah.
But maybe he ran a maiden special. As far as Callaloo actually ran extremely well in his debut and had a monster trip that day. But the problem is that was a maiden quarter. Mm-hmm. And they keep running maiden specials, and I'm not really sure he's up to it now. He may run second in this race, might win, but he might run second. I think Empire Sky is a little bit dangerous. It is a turf pedigree on the dam side, though the second dam was a good herd horse for Jack Oxley. And I mean, this horse is coming out of a good effort last time on the turf, and I know it's a turf race and I'm showing it, but I'm going to be surprised if this is a dirt horse. But if this horse can handle the dirt,
You'll be right there based on the figs.
This horse is not a bad horse.
No, right.
And I don't like these types in general, but I'm not going to leave down it. The second dam was a very, very nice horse, and it's only the first foal, so there's no way of knowing. Now, I almost wonder if they ran the turf because the Klimps had done fairly well in the turf and they had success on it, but I won't be shocked if he handles it.
No, I agree.
See what happens there. Race number 2. Couple of logical horses in there, one of them being Good Skate, who will show in his last effort. I didn't have a knock on Good Skate.
Nope.
Thought he ran fine last time. Probably the worst to beat. And, even Harkey's ridden well in his races, but you don't want to discount the fact that it's switching to Kendrick Carmouche. And I don't want to beat up on Heeman. I think he rides fine, but Kendrick's a better rider.
No question about it, but isn't this horse going to take...
Not that Heeman did anything wrong last time.
That's...
Zero wrong.
That's what it is,
Nothing
right?
he did that Kendrick couldn't have done, probably.
I don't think
Unless you think Kendrick may be a stronger rider. I mean, I'm not,
And that's all well and good, and maybe it changes the result. I don't think in this instance it would have changed the result, but it's going to cost you a point on the board.
Well, that's the thing, right? Exactly. You're paying for it. It's not.
You're going to pay for this.
You're not getting a freebie, getting the better.
And it's
rider.
not like this horse is overwhelming. I mean, she did take the horse off of Rudy, and the horse did run well off the 3 months last time, but the horse was gone for the 3 months, and now you see a good race against the. And now keep this in mind, too. This horse ran against straight 3-year-olds last time, and now is in the conditioned open horses as everybody just turned 4.
Except there's only one problem. There's only a couple of 5-year-olds.
No, right. And you got to keep an eye on those conditions, especially with the smaller fields. No, listen, he's the horse to beat. I just didn't want to take him at 3-2.
The other problem that I have is that his 85 fig 3-back is phony. That was a phony race, and
we kind of talked about this last time.
And he
right?
should have.
No, we didn't.
Well, I wasn't here last time,
yeah.
but he should have won that race. Frankly, he was the lone speed, and he just really had no excuse in there. And I just kind of hold that against him. As far as Win for Gold, the other horse will take money in here. This is not exactly a trainer that's been lighting it up, and claims his horse from Linda Rice, who has been lighting it up.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying one went better. I don't know. I'm also not thrilled by horses that lose to Jake Rocks when he wins his 4th race in 40 starts. Though he did run a big figure.
He did. Yeah, this was the best fig of almost the best fig of Win for Gold's career. Yeah, I couldn't put him on top either. I went searching like you did a little bit in here. But, I mean...
I didn't think I went searching, but okay.
They're the 2 horses.
Who'd you pick?
I went to Catching Cupid. I'm just going to hope that the wet track last time was the undoing. Now, I didn't realize we were going to have that much moisture. No, it's labeled fast. It
rained, I'm sure it was sealed tight.
It's sealed,
sure
yeah. I mean...
It was probably sealed tight when it sprinkled.
I'm going to hope that it was just a wet track last time. Coming back quick off the 2 weeks. Facing a little bit better for the quarter. Now, again, he's coming in like Good Skate against the open race. I'm just hoping it was the wet track last time. He gets back to some dry ground. He's going to be a square enough price. I chased him last time, so I'm going to try and get my money back today at a decent price.
Well, the only thing I could think to like is if you want to bet Antonio Arriaga off horses off the claim. This horse beat an absolutely pitiful field 2 races back when he won. I like King James here now. I don't believe there's any way I'm going to get that 6-1.
Hard to believe they're going to be the same price, right?
I think he'll be the 3rd choice beyond Good Skate and Win for Gold in here, and he'll be close-ish with Win for Gold. This horse has been running against, I know he's never won in the dirt. I understand he's 0-4 in the dirt, but this horse has recently, in his dirt race, run against horses that are in a completely different category than the ones he's running today. And he's also supposed to be the speed in this race. I'd like to see Jose be aggressive with him and put him in front. I think King James may have found his friends in race number 2. Race number 3, I got to tell you, I struggled a long, long time with race number 3. And the truth is that Lohengrin 2?
Lohengrin 2.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll take a look at him winning here. They showed it because it's a win here. And even though he's coming off of a win up at Finger Lakes, I like the fact that he was able to win here. It shows that he can bring his game to the Naira tracks and run well. He's in good form, and he is the speed of the speed. They may be moving quickly here, but I think he's the horse to beat. I'm not in love with his chances, but I kind of think he's the horse to beat because he's the speed of the speeds.
I had to correct Paul Barrow the other day. He called me Tony.
Oh, boy. That probably didn't go well.
He did it twice, too.
Twice?
Yeah. And then Ralph D'Alessandro did it. Those Finger Lakes guys, I don't think they get it. They ship down for the winter, Nobody goes up there
He's
and
Anthony,
tells him.
don't call me Tony Stabile, in
Thank you,
case
sir.
you're interested.
Thank you,
I
bud.
get annoyed when I see somebody
do.
like on the internet refer to you as Tony. I actually get annoyed.
The only person that does it that I do not correct, because I know it's never going to change, is Rudy Rodriguez. He's been doing it since I'm 8.
You should start calling him Gus, and we'll see if it changes. Okay?
I call Gus Rudy
You
a
should
lot.
start calling Rudy Gus. We'll see if he starts calling you Anthony.
Yeah.
Rudy, call him Anthony. It's his name.
I think he. I mean, it's strange to say, but he's
What
the
if
worst.
I start abusing Rudy about it, by the way, on a daily basis on the show?
It's okay. It's all right.
Okay, I'm just letting you know. I just want to know how much he can take.
I mean, Longman, too, if he runs one of his last 2 races, is probably going to win this race.
He's the horse to beat. I mean, you've got Poppy's Pride, and I have no problem with Poppy's Pride, but I don't know.
Claim for 12.5, drop in for the well.
Yeah.
Now the bottom's changed, so understand that too. The bottom changes a little
Bottom
bit.
was 12.5.
Bottom was 12.5, and now the bottom's 8. So the horse really isn't going down the class ladder. It's just the number changes. So he runs for the 8. He's gonna. The problem with him too is you could look at it 2 ways. He's gonna do the dirty work and chase Longren too. I hope he just inherits him. I think one of the 2 speeds are going to win the race, so I just took.
Listen,
the
I
bigger
took
price
another
on top.
horse that's forward in here, but the reason I like Casala over Poppy's Pride is I think
Salsa.
Casalsa. Salsa. You don't know. You don't watch Seinfeld.
I don't watch Seinfeld.
Embarrassing.
I like salsa. I don't know who salsa
It's
is.
a funny Seinfeld
Okay.
joke that you would like if you actually watched the show. He was on the rail last time while Poppy's Pride was outside, and I think there's a question about that rail that day. So for that reason, I just reversed it. I figured he'd be a better price, and I think he was on the worst part of the racetrack. I wanted to make cases for other one, Musical America, but the thing about Musical America is he's been at the bottom before. He's been in a couple of 10s, and it just feels like any kind of decent form has pretty much eluded him.
I tried him 2 back, and he was just pitiful.
I just can't take him anymore.
Yeah.
And Kavaradasi, second off a layoff, sloppy track last time. It was a very long layoff. He came back, but I don't have any guarantee he can run. I kind of wanted to be interested in him, and wouldn't knock somebody if they wanted to take a shot with him because he was off a long time and caught a sloppy sealed track.
He ran for about 4 seconds last time.
Yeah, I know. And it's not like he's handled sealed tracks before,
Yeah.
and it's not like his form before that is that good, but I don't think he's impossible. He'd be my stranger in here. Race number 4, we'll take a break after race number 4. Race number 4 took a real hit, I think, when 2 horses got scratched in here. Both Night Saber and Tap It Up came out, and I have to think they were going to take an enormous amount of the play.
I had Tap It Up on top. I scratched into the 1.
Why the 1 over the 1A?
I like both of them. I just went with the real stranger to the group to the first time starter. I mean, how much? There's no positive form to go off of it here. Nobody's hit the board.
Well, I think the 5's going to win, but we'll get to that. How's your cash flow as I have to 3 horses that couldn't outrun you and I in a horse suit? And while the dam was okay, she had a couple of foals that ran okay. She's 20 years old now. I just wonder what she has. I thought, for me, Aunt Barrow was the one I wanted out of the entry. The horse ran once, but it was against a maiden special weight
Yeah,
winner.
Blinkers, Lasix, cutting
was in
back.
a stake this
I got him
weekend.
one. I wanted the whole entry, so
Okay.
yeah.
I don't pick entries. I don't like entries. I scratched into the 1A for second from 4th. I picked it 5, 6, 8. So all the other ones are fill-ins. As far as Will Be Famous, maybe I'm just reaching with a horse that I've followed throughout her career. But she caught a sloppy sealed track last time out. They tried the turf with her. This is a horse that's run better in some of her dirt races than it looks. She didn't get the best of rides, and I don't think any of her first 3 races on the dirt. And I actually think she has some ability. She drops down to the bottom here. She finds a field she's supposed to beat. But I mean, what about Germany Jo? I mean, why can't that horse win?
I got a
That
4.
horse gets a significant rider change from a rider who's been completely unable to be competitive in a race.
Gets a fast track for the
run
first
against-
time.
right,
Drops
better.
to the bottom. I thought the 7 was a little interesting.
Based on
Just
what?
she just looked like she needed her first race.
Jeez, I didn't think so. I thought she was horrendous.
I mean, it was a terrible race, but she looked like she needed it. I don't know.
She broke ab slow and made a smidgen of a move as the race was collapsing, and
Andy,
then
none of
couldn't
them
even
ever hit
gain
the. I
ground.
mean, none of them ever hit the board. I understand what you're saying. With Will Be Famous, she's dropping to the bottom. She gets Lasix,
She's gonna-
turning 3. I mean,
I don't know what price she's going to be, but I think she's going to be in the winner's circle. We'll see what happens. It's the first 4. We got 4 more, late pick 4, after a quick break.
For almost 150 years, the Saratoga name has been synonymous with the finest quality, sustainably sourced spring water available anywhere. Saratoga carries on the rich tradition of its forefathers by crafting each stunning blue glass bottle with the same attention to detail and care that has been its hallmark for generations. Visit SaratogaSpringwater.com today or ask for us by name at your local market or restaurant. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every day exquisite.
We do want to thank our wonderful sponsors, Saratoga Water. I was out for dinner last night. They were serving Saratoga Water.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Where did I say I was? Oh, Atlantic City.
They had Saratoga Water. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was a nice restaurant in the city.
Yeah.
Brought over the big bottle of Saratoga Sparkling. It was very exciting.
The cocktail server came over with the small bottles.
Good to see that. Good to see.
And they asked you if you want still or sparkling. Yeah. I'm still guy. You're the sparkling guy.
No, it was very, very exciting moment for me. It doesn't take a lot in my life.
Doesn't take a lot.
Does not take a lot. Race number 5. Another race was affected by scratches with the 4 Good Morning Kiss because it's basically a race that's relatively devoid of form, and I have to think that was one of the logical horses in here.
I put them on. I put her on top too.
Do we have picks, guys?
Boom.
What's that? Oh, you didn't change them yet? You didn't have enough time? Who should we blame for that?
I'm 2168.
Well, no, they're just fixing them up. You're
Oh.
2168. I'm 6217. We'll give them some time, and we'll chit chat about various forms of life here.
I was so out of it yesterday. My hip's been really bothering me. I was so out of it yesterday. I didn't realize Carlos Correa left. It's done. It's over.
I'm glad.
Me too.
You know why I'm glad? I'm glad for a different reason than you. I'm glad that Minnesota has a good player. I'm tired of all these guys going to one team. I've lost a lot of my excitement for the Mets if they're going to go out and try to buy championships.
I'm glad that he played hard. I don't like the fact that
he was humiliated by Scott Boras, to be honest. Cohen was humiliated by Scott Boras.
Well, I'm kind of glad he played a little hardball with him and didn't cave.
Well, he probably shouldn't have said anything in the first place.
Probably
Probably should have wondered why San Francisco, a pretty smart team, didn't want to sign him.
I don't disagree with that either.
And if you're going to let Scott Boras take advantage of you, I'm sure Cohen learned a lesson, and he's going to realize who Scott Boras is, who's doing the best he can for his clients, but, dealing with him, probably not the easiest thing to do. But I'm just glad the guy's playing. Let Minnesota, a small market team, let them have a good player in there. We don't need to stockpile every one of them in New York City. Baseball is better with more teams being successful.
Parity, yeah.
And listen, there has been no proof whatsoever that going out and buying players is a secret to success. There are plenty of.
Ask Brian Cashman.
Yeah, but ask a lot of guys. How have the California Angels done? The Dodgers payroll and what happened to them last year.
We talked about this off.
Mets payroll last year.
I wasn't too happy about the spending spree.
Yeah, I want to root for teams. One thing with the Yankees even now, a lot of these guys are homegrown guys, and I can respect that even if I'm not a Yankee fan. One of the things that annoyed me about the Yankees though is going out and always buying teams.
Yeah, of course.
And it's
a mercenary feel to all those teams.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, listen, the players, I respect their right to make as much money as they can. And they should. Race number 5, there's just not that much going on in here. I mean, to me, I guess Blanchman is okay. Maybe have some speed. I like the 6. Midnight Rosie, I watched the race. The thing that's missing, and I don't know why this isn't, I didn't look at the full chart.
She took a little money, too, that day.
She took a little money. She just got completely and totally left. Mm-hmm. And, for all the shenanigans you see about starts that are irrelevant, this horse broke a good length and a half, 2 lengths slow in the field in here. She broke badly, and it's not even in the chart. I don't quite get it that she was green during the entire running of the race, and I just won her second time out. And she goes to Sloppy Seal track, and she's dropping down. To me, she's a no-brainer. I'm not saying she's going to win, but it's a no-brainer pick for me in this race because Queen's over 3s. Yeah, she's dropping down. She can run. She never took a nickel for Rudy, and frankly, she's never done any running whatsoever. But she does pick up Manny Franco, who had one heck of a week.
She picks up Manny, which was I thought was a curious move. She drops. She gets like the 3-year-old, like a lot of 3-year-olds. Almost everybody in here, she gets Lasix. Yeah, I landed there. I defaulted there. I thought Linda. I was taking Linda in here with Good Morning Kiss, and I default to Rudy, which is something I will ordinarily do in a race where, again, not a ton of form. I agree. And one of the owners here, Red Storm, kind of mentioned that to me, I want to say in passing, that the chart kind of missed that she just completely got left last time out, and it's just not
Got
anywhere
completely
in the chart.
left in their last race. I don't understand why. It's
I want
not
to
in
use
the chart.
1s, 2s, and 6s. There was
What's
a
the
little.
story in the 1?
Yeah, there was a little push on the 1. I think the 1 was supposed to run back in October.
She was.
So
She's also bred for turf.
yeah, right. Well,
also-
they have to. Oh boy, it's a gamble.
Yeah, but it's not dirt at all. It's all turf. The dam was
3
trained
for
by,
12 on the grass, yeah.
by a man who's is about to be spending time behind bars for a reason for performance-enhancing drugs. For whatever that's worth, the blanchiment wasn't impossible for Greg DePrima as well, but I like the 6. Race number 6.
Fellow St. John's graduate, Greg DePrima.
That's correct. Race number 6 is a problematic race, and
Yes.
we'll go in order of problematic horses. And what is the 2 terms?
Starting from the rail.
Well, with the 2 terms and conditions. I mean, last race we'll show from Del Mar was absolutely fine, but the claim was voided. Ships over here comes in for 14, and I'm not going to beat up on Gary Siaka, but he's getting this horse from Tino, and
May
this
to
horse
August,
seemed to get-
August to January.
This horse seemed to get good for Robertino, so I don't want.
Did he
horses-
really though? Claim for 50, drop for a quarter?
No,
drop for
but he ran
35?
better figures.
Drop for a quarter rather? Yeah.
No,
Well,
I agree. Yeah, and he runs for a quarter, gets it voided. Now he's in for 14. He may win. I ain't betting this horse. Not in a million years am I betting this horse, but he might win.
I put those 4. I put those. Well, neither one of us are thrilled with this horse. Yeah, I mean,
I can't pick Quick Flash. I'm sorry. We'll take a look at Quick Flash's good race in July 30th up in Saratoga. There is a real argument that this horse's form has completely and
he might be
totally
done.
disintegrated. And I'll tell you something. This horse got good off the claim for Talia Lynch, and then in 3 straight races, he went from worse to worse to worse.
can I ask you a question? And
he's the horse to beat, but
it
he's gonna
might
be a
not
heavy favorite
Yeah, it
here.
might not be that simple. Isn't he gone here?
He is the speed. I understand he's the speed, but it's never that simple. Because you're
I
talking about a
understand
horse that's
that.
going to be 6 to 5. You're
I
not
got
talking about a
it.
horse that's going to be 3 to 1.
I know.
And I understand because the problem is it is extremely hard to make a case
In case for anybody else, so just give me the horse.
Majestic
that's
Tiger
in
doesn't win. Yeah, but you got a horse that's extremely suspect who is going to be a short price. Brunate and Majestic Tiger, I don't want them. I went through all these horses.
I think Majestic
searched.
Tiger makes some sense because
You always
they were
think
banging.
that.
Well, they were banging ahead, running this horse a mile. I mean, even the 7/8 race, they ran into Cousteau. Cousteau's a better horse than a 14-3 Life. That was a tougher 14 than he's facing today. I mean, I think he's the other horse just because I think less ground is probably better for him. I know
Well,
I've
I've always told you that. You think it now.
You
Now
were
you
right.
decided.
Well, you were right. You were right.
I get it. I don't like him, but I'm not going to say he's impossible in here because if the 2 and 8 both don't show up, probably not going to happen, but it could. He's certainly in line. Listen, Storm Shooter falls in the same category as the 8 does, but he's going to be a much better price, where his form has completely fallen off the map, and he too comes off a voided claim. But I was looking at him, and listen, by no means do I love this horse by any stretch of the imagination. This is a have to pick somebody in here. This is the one I've decided to go to, and I'm not picking the 8 or 2 on top. This horse worked November 8th and then runs November 13th and December 10th. Now, they may have had to work because of the voided claim, but this horse did come back with a workout not that long
Have
ago,
to
at
work.
least. What?
Have to-
Have to
if it-
work
if it-
after the
yeah,
voided claim,
have to
right. So
work,
I'm
right.
sure. But this horse wasn't even working. And now the horse at least has the workout coming into it, and Linda runs back. Linda could have dropped this horse in for 8,000 earlier in the card, right?
No, this is a condition race.
Oh, this is condition, right? You're right. Sorry about that. It's not worth 3 lifetime. I don't know. I just get the feeling that maybe this horse will show up and he can run well enough. And the other thing is, he's going to be forward. You can still run. Trust me, I don't like this horse.
Listen,
I just
he's
don't
supposed
like,
to
I
be
just- I like this horse
with Matty
at that
Oliver.
price.
Matty Oliver, and his is an instance where the 10 pounds does come into play. When you're
Maybe.
at the bottom here and you're in these condition races, you want to take any possible
Those
edge.
weight things never matter.
You
That
can
weight
grab.
thing I brought up the other day made no difference.
Yeah, but I'm talking about. But now, a quick flash. They're taking away with quick flash too. That's what I mean. What is
Are
that?
we actually doing sire analytics on horses that have already started?
Wow.
Oh, this is synthetic. Oh, I see. I see.
That looks messy.
Yeah, it's a lot of information to process in a very small graphic. I had to pick somebody out of the 2 and 8.
That's fine.
I struggle with
I
this race
gotcha.
forever. And
That's
trust me,
kind of how
I
I
don't
f-
like it. But the thing about Storm Shooter is, at least I'm going down at 6 to 10 to 1. I'm not going down with Quick Flash at 2 to 1.
That's
8
how
to
I
5,
felt,
6 to 5.
Andy, in the second race when I took when I went back with Catch and Cupid. I wasn't going to
They're-
take Good Skate or or win for gold. I was going to try and find somebody else. The
Race
she
number
took,
7 is an interesting race, I
Yes.
thought. And Spike's the horse to beat. Are you completely sold, we'll say Spike running second last time out to Spooky Road? Are you completely sold this horse really wants a mile and a half, mile and eighth? Or was he second by default in that race up in Saratoga?
I'm not completely sold. But I thought the race was good enough. The fig came back, as my friends in Boston would say, wicked fast. I mean, the winner went on 92, I guess, 91. She came back in the slop. She didn't run 2 steps in the slop, and then she came back with the blinkers, and Spooky Road was streaking when she ran into Spooky Road, and she ran well behind Spooky Road, and now she's stretching out, and she's supposed to be the speed in here. I guess if she's going to get the 2 turns, she's going to get it doing it on
I'm not wildly against
her
her.
own,
I think I picked her second or third.
I guess Baby Man could go and press her.
Well, Baby Man's faster than she is. Baby Man has to go in here. And you also think the Baby Man is half of the entry, is going to go, if nothing else, to help the entry.
set it up
Now,
for
Baby
the
Man, I don't
suspended
believe can
campaign.
possibly win this race, but I think it's going to have an effect on it and has to go. So I don't think the Spike, I mean, this was faster than Spike. Got an outside post, but
Yeah, I
Jose's got
guess.
to go. I mean, there's no reason for Baby Man
Another
to be in
one
this
picking
race.
up,
not to go.
picking up Manny. I know, Manny will call
I'm
it
sure
as
he'll
he
be
sees
fine.
it from
I mean,
there.
he's the horse to beat. I have no problem with her. I just not really sure she's a mile and eighth horse. I'm not sure she's supposed to get the lead. And I'll tell you something else. Isn't this horse Mercy who won this last race at Parks? Isn't this horse supposed to be a little bit forward here? I don't think she's going to be aggressively sending.
I guess.
You know,
Kid sends too. Abner Adorno wins a lot of races down here. I think he's a good rider. He's. I guess she has.
I don't
a
think she's going to
license
be
forward,
right
too.
on top of it, but I don't think she's going to be far off of it. Now, I've been talking about this ownership group for about 6 weeks up here, if anybody's been paying attention, and I was glad to see that Natalie Voss at the Pollock Report, if you haven't seen it, wrote a story about this, about the trainers associated with this, and I think it's worth checking out. But I'm going to use their horses because their horses, they've improved off of claims, a lot of them, and they've been running. Now, they haven't been winning a lot of races here, but they have been running second and hitting the board in them. But I think it's worth following them, and I'm not going to let them beat me in here. I'm betting on the 8 Mama's Got to Run. Linda Rice has this trainer stat, we showed this before, where she has exceptional numbers stretching horses out off the claim. That was a cue for you to show the trainer stat. Thank you very much for that. Those are crazy numbers, and this horse is going to be a big price. I think this is an interesting horse stretching out, and this horse isn't going to be that far off the pace either. I mean, for Linda to choose to run this horse a mile and an eighth, I think is pretty interesting. You got a Tis Now Dam. You've got plenty of pedigree for this horse to be able to stretch out, and I think it's fascinating that Linda Rice would claim this horse, and I don't know what happened last time. Now, I didn't particularly like this horse last time, but I don't know what went on in the fog that day. She's a better horse than that. You go back to those other figures. Her figures are right in line with a lot of horses. And this is, to me, was a very interesting move, a move of intention by Linda, that she wanted to run this horse long.
Okay.
That she must have, and I'm going to take a shot. It's going to be a square price. And I didn't really love anybody in here. I mean, Carrigate's not impossible, obviously, but she got it done with an exceptional trip and setup last time. Sweet Mystery came back and ran poorly in her subsequent start. She's not impossible. She's probably a little better at the one-turn miles, but she's not bad at a mile and an eighth.
No, she's okay.
Yeah, I don't think she's impossible, but I thought Linda's horse was pretty interesting. I thought this race might be more wide open. I'm not going to be shocked when Spike just wins the race, but I didn't want her at a short price. Race number 8.
Finale.
I guess one of the questions of race number 8 is Sweet and Sugar. We'll go back to her race 3 back at Finger Lakes. Is she just a Finger Lakes horse is the question you have to ask.
Well,
you picked her, so you
I
obviously
did.
don't think she is.
So, no, I don't. 2 starts back, because she didn't run that well. 2 starts back at Finger Lakes when she got to the 3 life allowance condition. And then she didn't run well in Saratoga. Now, look, Saratoga, she just ran against much, much better than she's faced at Finger Lakes and much, much better than she's facing today. I just think she was tailing off form a little bit. She needed a little freshening. She needed a little class relief on this circuit. She gets both.
She's the speed.
She's the speed with Kendrick from the iron.
I don't trust her.
I don't trust her either, but this was my race where we had to make a pick, so I picked her.
Well, the problem also with Princess Pinky is
She's Princess Pinky, and she's
not a dirt horse.
Not a dirt
and
horse.
I know she shows that 171 buyer. That's a BS race, because no other race in the dirt has she ever run a step. And I know she's a Rob Atras claim. His number's off the claim. Not really that great, to be honest with you. And turning back off the claim, cutting back, not particularly great. She doesn't have any speed.
Yeah, do we think she's a 3/4 horse? Yeah. I put her second because it's first time Rob, and Rob's going good right now. And I don't really like anybody else in the race. But you have any real trust in her?
I thought that left Leading Lucy ran reasonably well last time, running off in the front end. She's not the speed here. I don't love her, but she's not a horse that wins. She's just 2 for 32 with 14 seconds and thirds. But I thought she'd be a slightly better price. Dave Donk's been on a tough run. I think that Thin White Duke is like his only winner since Saratoga.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's been a tough run.
I don't think he forgot how to train, though. I think he's probably going to win again.
I agree.
So I'll take the horse with my mom's name in it. There you have it. We're done. Are you sad that we're done? Sorry, we're done. But
We'll be back tomorrow.
You can assuage your sadness by going over to Naira Bets and becoming a member and using the promo code MATCH200
And they get to see you most of the day.
I will be here. 1, 2, 3,
6,
6, and 7.
right?
I will be
there you
here
go.
with Kyle. Kyle's very busy right now. He's got something going on over there. Match
I
200.
listened to Kyle again Tuesday night on WBA.
I forgot. You got to text me to remind me. I was out, so I wouldn't have listened. But I will. There's be
It
plenty
was
of time.
slow
to
jams Tuesday night.
Really?
On the way home from poker, yeah.
Really? What do you play?
Little Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Really?
I heard a little Earth, Wind, and Fire on the ride home. Yeah. I don't know. He's really he's entrenched.
He has no
something
interest in
right
what
now.
we have to
Zero.
say. He doesn't want
Not
to hear
today
one
for
word
Kyle.
we have to say. And finally, we've got this is what you've been waiting for. This is it. The 10 times points. The Dubai Racing Carnival.
I feel like there should have been some sort of entrance, like WWE entrance.
I have a
music for
question.
this. Yes.
You know, now all these other racetracks are stealing our festivals. Maybe we should move on and
Extravaganzas.
we should be carnivals.
We should go to extravaganzas.
I think
That's
carnival.
your word.
Really? Carnival? I like carnival, but everything's a festival.
You like
now.
carnival games?
Yeah.
What's your favorite carnival game?
I haven't really been to carnival in a while, but you mean like we should go to Washington County Fair actually at some point
I love.
next summer.
I am a.
You ever go to Washington County Fair?
No.
You know where it is? It's outside of Schuylerville.
Oh no.
She's driving up to
That's
Greenwich.
during the meet.
Yeah.
We'll do that this year.
I went.
They have whack-a-mole.
I haven't been in a long time since
Okay.
my friend Sarah made me go in one of those rides where they put you in the cage and it's the thing and they
Oh,
spin it around.
no.
It goes up there. Yeah. Ever since
No,
that,
the gate does
I
not
have
do that.
nightmares when I drive by it.
Whack-a-mole. I'm a big whack-a-mole fan.
Okay.
I like to take my.
Really?
Frustration down
No,
the
I'm
mall.
more about shooting the gun in the clown's mouth.
Well,
You know.
that makes sense too.
Yeah,
I'm afraid of clowns. So
no,
stay away
you
from
know, when I was a kid, when we first moved to Saratoga, there was a Saratoga Fair in the racetrack. It took
Really?
place where the parking lot is now, pretty much. They'd have musical acts in the infield, but for the most part, the rides and everything were in the parking lot, and into there. Yeah.
The Westchester County Fair used to take place at Yonkers Raceway, and it would be on the outskirts of the half
And
mile.
for
the
2 or
hilltop.
3 years, not sure how many. They had some rides like the
Interesting.
wheel. They bring up, you know. those-
I'm not a rides guy. I like to play the games.
Yeah, I'm not a rides guy. Yeah, I was scared in Space Mountain. That's how bad I am. We're done. You're just getting started. Chris Griffin will be up next. The reprise, Scratches and Changes.
For almost 150 years, the Saratoga name has been synonymous with the finest quality, sustainably sourced spring water available anywhere. Saratoga carries on the rich tradition of its forefathers by crafting each stunning blue glass bottle with the same attention to detail and care that has been its hallmark for generations. Visit SaratogaSpringwater.com today or ask for us by name at your local market or restaurant. Saratoga Spring Water. Make every day exquisite.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Aqueduct. 30 minutes till race number 1. The track is fast. Here are today's scratches and changes at Aqueduct. Race 1 is the start of the early pick 5. It's clear, no changes in today's first. Race 2 is the start of the early pick 4. There are no changes in today's second. Race 3 is the start of the pick 6. Post